I've made a lot of progress learning Blender. I've made this, and this, and this, and I'm even animating this intro with a 3D character I designed, modelled, textured, and rigged myself. But it's a little empty out there. This video is sponsored by Callipeg, a 2D animation app for iPad, Android tablets, and iPhone with no subscription. It's a complete animation studio that allows you to animate anything, anywhere. But more on how I animate with Callipeg later. So to fix that, I started with a sketch. I wanted it to be fairly simple. A screen on the left so I can show videos while my character sits beside it in a floating egg chair. I wanted the style to fit with my office background, so keeping the blocky, low poly look, but mixing old and new tech with nature elements like moss and flowers and rocks to keep it from being too cold. I started with the monitor. Honestly, this was the easiest part, and I was going off my memory of when PCs were the size of a small child, and I came up with this. I added extra faces to the screen, adjusted them with the move and sculpt tools. It was a little uneven in places, but I quite like that. Starting on these little rock creatures at the side, yeah, I scrapped those. Next was the egg chair. First I tried sculpt mode, but actually the easiest way to make this was deleting some of the faces, connecting the vertices with new faces to smooth out the edges, before adding a solidify modifier to make it thicker. For the base I used rings, beveled the edges to smooth them out, duplicated them and stacked them. And for materials I gave them an emission shader so they'd glow a little in the render. For the cables, I went a bit wild with these, completely ignored my sketch, and used the Bezier curves to fit around and in the side and back of the monitor. Honestly, I could probably add in a few more in the background, but let me know what you think in the comments, especially what you think of the final result and if there's anything you'd add or change for this scene. Now, the screen and chair can't exist in the void of space, because that's probably for another project. So I added two planes, one for the sky and the other for the floor. I turned it green and then subdivided the surface so it was easier to make small hills and mountains with the sculpt tool. It's giving Teletubbies, but I quite like it. Next came the lighting. It's not something I'm 100% confident with yet, but it is fun to mess about with and see how different settings affect everything. I also started to add in base colours from a palette I found online. I hop around quite a bit in my projects, so although this video is sounding quite linear and organised, this was quite chaotic. Although I was happy with how it was looking so far, the entire area needed more greenery and flowers. I added a plane, then loop cuts, subdivided it a couple of times, and then sculpted it into a shape I liked. This would be a moss base / blanket for the chair. The flowers were made from a sphere that I cut in half. To get the petals, I extruded some faces evenly around the edge and then merged the vertices. Adding a decimate modifier helped reduce some of the faces to make it more blocky and in line with the rest of the space. The monitor then got some buttons. I added a sprout and moss on top of the chair. I then used the knife tool to create a smoother, rounder edge and deleted the extra vertices. A solidify modifier was used to make it thicker, and then because I liked it and also really didn't want to repeat the process again, I duplicated it and moved it over to the cables on the left hand side. Next on my list I had to model a rock or two, and these would help break up the ground a bit. I gave them a simple grey material, because at this point I hadn't decided whether I was actually going to paint any of them, so I just thought if I added a single flat colour to everything, I could go from there. Now, because I only had a plain sketch without any colour for reference, I didn't really have a lighting setup in mind, so a lot of this is just pure panic as I mess about with the settings of each. I think my next project will definitely focus on lighting for me to get more comfortable with it. I find if I don't do something for a while, or at least keep practicing what I've learned, it doesn't sink in at all, and I end up wasting so much time when I have to relearn everything. In the end, I made two collections for the lights, one for a daytime look, and then the other had a moody nighttime vibe where the glowing rings on the chair stood out more. And in a render test, which I did later, I was really surprised at how different the Eevee render was compared to the Cycles render. Although it's different from my initial sketch, I actually really liked this, but the screen in the scene was still blank, and I needed something to put on it. I decided to add in an animation I made on my iPad with Callipeg, who's the sponsor of today's video. I bought Callipeg way back when it first came out with my own money, and it's had so many updates since then. Their YouTube channel has loads of tutorials that can walk you through all the features, tools, and shortcuts. It's still my favourite iPad animation app, and it's now also on Android and mobile too. And the mobile app can now also be used as a remote for the tablet version. For this animation, I wanted to do something more painterly and loose, because I haven't done something like it in a while, and it was really nice to just go with the flow on this one. You can flip through your frames with 3 fingers on the canvas and use this tool called Out of Pegs to shift the onion skin around to keep your drawings consistent. I tweaked a couple of the basic brushes, though I mostly used charcoal and my adjusted charcoal brush to get this textured look. For the loops, I used cycles. That way I could animate just 3 or 4 frames and then drag the cycle across the timeline. I did that for both the background and the character animation. Then I added keyframes in a transformation layer to get this nice back and forth movement, and added the tree animation on the top layers to disguise the endpoints of the animation and finish the loop. There's quite a few options to export from Callipeg, either directly in the shot or in the studio space. This is where your projects can be put into folders, color-coded, renamed, and duplicated. You can export your projects to other software like TV Paint, After Effects, Clip Studio, but for Blender, you can use an OCA export, which will allow you to import your animation as 3D transparent planes. But for this project, I used MP4, which I could then link to my monitor material. And that's how we ended up here. There's probably still quite a lot I could add to this scene, but if you want to take a look for yourself at my Blender file, or my Callipeg animation, or the Callipeg app, you can find them all in the links below.